Walk into the wrong gun shop with your wallet open, and you might walk out thinking you scored a deal, when in reality, you just got played. These aren't mistakes or accidents. They're slick tactics that dealers have perfected to squeeze every extra dollar from unsuspecting buyers. Some of these tricks are so subtle that even seasoned gun owners have fallen for them, and others are bold enough to make you angry the second you hear about it. This isn't a warning for tomorrow. It's happening right now in stores across the country. Over the next few minutes, I'm breaking down 10 scams that could hit you the next time you shop for a firearm or accessory, and by the end, you'll know exactly how to spot them before they drain your bank account. Number 1. Serial Number Shell Game Scam. This scam is one of the nastiest in the book, and it preys on trust. A dealer will show you a flawless display pistol, the kind that shines under the glass and looks like it just left the factory. But when you go to pick up your purchase, the box in your hands doesn't hold that same gun. Instead, some stores swap in a used or refurbished unit with the same serial number logged on the paperwork, sometimes even slapping on counterfeit stickers to make it look factory fresh. I've seen buyers pay full retail for firearms that already had thousands of rounds put through them, thinking they were unboxing something brand new. The trick works because most people never think to match the actual gun in the box to the receipt before walking out the door. To protect yourself, always inspect the firearm you're taking home, verify the serial stamped on the frame against your paperwork, and snap a quick photo with your phone. If that sticker looks tampered with or freshly placed, don't hesitate to demand another unit or walk away entirely. High-volume stores pull this stunt most often on hot models that sell too fast for customers to scrutinize. So make it a rule. Don't leave until you've confirmed the gun in your box is the one you inspected on the counter. Number 2. Background check fee multiplication scam. Here's a trick that bleeds customers slowly, but adds up to millions for the shops running it. By law, a dealer only pays a small fee for a single background check on your purchase, no matter how many firearms are listed on that 14473 form. But some stores have turned it into a cash cow by stacking on bogus charges, processing fees, FBI fees, state compliance fees, until what should cost around $10 balloons to $75 or more. I've even seen cases where buyers were charged separate fees for each gun purchased in the same transaction, when the store only paid for one check. The scam gets worse when they tack background check fees onto accessories that don't even require them, like optics or holsters, hoping customers are too nervous to question paperwork tied to federal law. Investigations in several states have shown this trick is far from rare, with stores raking in millions by exploiting customers' fear of holding up their sale. The solution is simple. Know that only one background check fee is legitimate per transaction, and if a store tries to charge you multiple times, call them on it. If they won't back down, walk away and take your business to a shop that respects both the law and your wallet. Number 3. Personal Information Harvesting Scheme Scam. This scam hits you where you least expect it, on the paperwork. Federal law only requires specific details on that 4473 form: name, address, date of birth, and a few identifiers. But some stores push further, asking for your employer, your income, even your spouse's information, all while claiming it's mandatory for compliance. The truth is, none of that extra data has anything to do with the background check. It's a setup to build a marketing database they can sell to insurance companies, lenders, or even competitors. Internal leaks have shown chains making nearly $50 per customer just from flipping this data to third parties. Worse yet, some shops are scanning and photographing driver's licenses, then selling those images to facial recognition firms without consent. That means your private details aren't just sitting in a filing cabinet. They're circulating in systems you'll never see, shaping insurance rates and loan approvals. Gun owners often sign without pushing back, afraid refusal will kill the sale. The fix? Know your rights. Only give what's legally required, and if a shop pressures you for more, it's time to walk out. Protecting your identity is just as important as protecting your firearm. Number 4. Compliance Certification Fraud Scam. This one is pure smoke and mirrors, and it preys on fear of the law. After you've signed the papers and paid for your firearm, some stores slide an extra form across the counter offering what they call a compliance certificate for 50 to $100. They'll tell you it proves your purchase is protected if laws change down the road. Sounds official, but here's the truth. Those certificates are worthless. Former ATF agents have confirmed they carry no legal standing in court and aren't recognized by any federal or state authority. What you're really buying is a fancy piece of paper, sometimes even printed on fake government-style letterhead to look legit. Shops push it because the margins are insane. One major chain raked in nearly $5 million last year just off these fake protections. The sad part is, many first-time buyers fall for it, thinking they're covering their bases. Don't get fooled. Real compliance is already built into the dealer's responsibilities and the manufacturer's obligations. If someone tries to upsell you with paperwork after the sale, save your cash and remember, your rights aren't guaranteed by a certificate, they're guaranteed by the Constitution. Number 5. Waiting period upsell trap scam. This tactic plays on psychology more than paperwork, and it's one of the sneakiest out there. During mandatory waiting periods, when you're already anxious to pick up your new gun, some stores start calling with urgent updates. They'll claim there's an issue with the firearm you chose or suggest an upgraded model that just arrived, pushing you toward a more expensive option. Other times, they'll recommend accessories they say you need before pickup, like high-end optics or overpriced cases. Internal documents from big chains literally call this the captive customer protocol, because they know you're emotionally invested and unlikely to back out. The numbers prove it. Nearly 2/3 of buyers hit with these calls spend hundreds more than they planned. The worst part is that many of the so-called problems they warn you about don't even exist. They're manufactured to justify the upsell. By the time your waiting period ends, you're standing at the counter with a bigger bill than you ever intended. The fix is discipline. Hold firm to your original purchase. And don't let pressure tactics during the wait trick you into overspending. Number 6. Safety equipment fear campaign scam. This scam leans hard on fear, and it's aimed right at new buyers who don't know the landscape yet. A salesman will pull out local crime stats, sometimes even doctored charts, to convince you that criminals in your exact zip code are targeting firearms. Then comes the pitch: high-dollar tactical security systems or gun safes priced at $800 to $1,500 that are nothing more than standard residential safes with a flashy logo and a 400% markup. Some stores even stage phony security consultations, with employees wearing fake police badges to appear more credible. The truth is, a decent safe or lockbox can be had for a fraction of that price, and you don't need a fear-based upsell to make your firearms secure. Industry reports show shops running this campaign rake in thousands every month off customers who think they're buying peace of mind. The worst part is that they target first-time owners the most, playing on anxiety rather than offering real guidance. Don't fall for scare tactics. Do your research ahead of time, compare prices online, and know what level of protection you actually need before stepping into the store. Number 7. Modification consent trick scam. This one feels like routine paperwork, but it's actually a trap hiding in plain sight. Right before you finish the sale, some shops slide over a modification consent form, claiming it's just standard procedure for certain firearms. What you're really doing is giving them permission to alter your gun before you even take it home. That might mean swapping triggers, changing sights, or adjusting grips. Work that costs the store $20 or $30, but shows up on your bill as $150 or more. The sting gets worse when you realize those aftermarket tweaks often void your manufacturer warranty, leaving you stuck if the firearm develops issues. Some shops even damage a perfectly good gun during inspection, then point to the consent form as authorization for expensive repairs. It's a play designed to boost per-sale profit without your knowledge. The defense here is simple. Never sign anything you don't fully understand. If a form doesn't look like standard ATF paperwork, ask direct questions. And if the store can't clearly explain why it's required, walk away before they turn your new purchase into a rigged repair ticket. Number 8. Mandatory service fee scam. This one is flat-out illegal, but it still happens more than you'd think. By law, Dealers are already required to perform basic safety checks and compliance steps as part of every firearm sale. But some stores break those responsibilities into mandatory services and slap on extra fees. You'll see line items like federal compliance verification for $35, safety functionality testing for $45, and legal transfer processing for another $25, all things the dealer is already obligated to do under their federal license. Audits in some states have uncovered millions in profits from these phantom charges, and customers often pay without a fight because the words sound official. The scam even goes as far as fake ATF inspection fees, something the Bureau has never authorized. What makes this infuriating is that buyers are paying twice, once through the dealer's license requirements, and again at the counter. The fix is straightforward. Know that these services are already included in the sale. If you see them listed as extras, challenge the bill or take your money to a store that doesn't nickel and dime its customers with illegal fees. Number 9. Inventory Manipulation Game Scam. This scam plays on scarcity, and it's one of the oldest retail tricks in the book. A customer walks in asking for a popular handgun or rifle, and the clerk shakes their head. "Sorry, we're out of stock." What the buyer doesn't realize is that the same model is sitting in the back room, deliberately hidden to push higher-priced alternatives or inflated pre-orders. Internal systems have shown some stores holding back nearly half their inventory just to create artificial demand. The game doesn't stop there. Shops sometimes coordinate with other local dealers, so everyone claims the same items are unavailable, making it impossible for buyers to comparison shop. The result is customers paying 15 to 25% more for firearms they could have bought at normal retail. In some regions, multiple stores even share inventory data to keep the illusion going across an entire market. It's not just shady, it's coordinated manipulation. The way around it is persistence. Call around, check online, and don't take the first out-of-stock answer at face value. If a store keeps playing the scarcity card, it's time to find one that values honesty over profit. Number 10. Credit Reporting Scheme Scam. This last scam is the most invasive because it follows you long after you leave the store. Some dealers are quietly feeding details of your purchases into specialized databases that track gun ownership for insurance companies, lenders, and even marketing firms. They'll claim it's for industry security or compliance, but what they're really doing is selling your buying history. If you've purchased multiple firearms in a year, those reports can lead to higher insurance premiums or even affect mortgage approvals. The scariest part is that you never gave permission. There's no opt-out, no disclosure, just your private data being packaged and sold. A leaked file from last year showed millions of gun owners' spending habits being passed around to dozens of companies, some even overseas. Imagine applying for a loan and finding out your passion for collecting firearms raised your interest rate. That's not paranoia. It's happening. The only defense is vigilance. Ask shops about their data policies, use cash when you can, and stick to dealers with reputations for protecting customer privacy. Your purchase record should be yours alone, not a commodity sold to the highest bidder. These 10 scams are draining millions from honest gun owners every single year. And the worst part is most people don't even realize it's happening until it's too late. From shady paperwork tricks to fake fees and bogus certificates, the playbook is designed to make you spend more while thinking you're staying compliant or protected. But now you know the red flags. You know how to spot the bait and switch, how to push back on phantom charges, and how to protect your personal information from being sold off to the highest bidder. Every dollar you save by staying alert is money that stays in your pocket, not in the hands of crooked shops. Share this knowledge with friends, with family, and with anyone thinking about their first firearm purchase, because awareness is the strongest defense against these scams. And if you've been burned before, don't be embarrassed. It happens to veterans and first-timers alike. Learn from it, spread the word, and make the industry better by refusing to play along. Make sure you like, subscribe, and drop a comment down below. Stay sharp.